fantasy authors take on a sadistic games master. Will they survive? Look into the asshole long enough, and the asshole also looks into you. Authors and Dragons! Authors and Dragons!
Hey everybody, I'm John Hartness, and I'll be playing the role of Fandingo the Fireballish. In real life, I am the founder and publisher of Falstaff Books, and I also write multiple series, including Bubba the Monster Hunter, Quincy Harker Demon Hunter, and The Black Knight Chronicles.
I am Joseph Brassi. I play the role of Bjorg Bjornsson, enthusiastic and unviolent barbarian. I was an author on the Mongoliad books. My novels Skyfarer and Dragon Road can be found from Angry Robot Books and everywhere books are sold. And I am the author of such non-existent titles as I Like Big Butts in a Soft Summer Sky.
Hello, friends. My name is Robert Bevan. I play the role of Klaus Richter, the notorious rogue. In real life, I write the Caverns and Creatures series of comedy fantasy novels and short stories, starting with the first book, Critical Failures. I also write many of the books in our Shingles collection, including the upcoming My Mom is a Bunch of Cockroaches. Look out for that soon.
Hi there, my name's Steve Weverill, and I play Brandon Fymaster, the one who knocks. In real life, I write the Doomsayer Journeys with Falstaff Books, amongst other books, including some Shingles titles. Go look 'em up on the internet, you'll find them.
Hey everybody, I am Drew Hayes, captain of the ever-sinking ship, dungeon master, author of books such as Superpowers, Fred the Vampire Accountant, Villain's Code, and the latest of on the Fred one is Out of House and Home, which has just recently come out on audiobook, so you can check that out whenever you would like. And before we get into the game this week, I believe John Hartness has something to tell us about.
So if you are some of the many listeners who haven't bought a Shingles book yet, one, what's wrong with you? And two, if you want to truly experience the glory that is Shingles, one, make sure no one from HR is listening, and two, you can join us this coming weekend on October 2nd and 3rd, and we will be doing live Shinglethons, which is less itchy than it sounds, but still a little. What happens is one of us, on the 2nd it'll be me, and I don't remember who's next. I don't care. It's not me. On the 2nd, at 7 p.m., I'll be reading, Eastern Time, I'll be reading from a Shingles book, and as long as we raise enough money for the Shingles movie Indiegogo during the hour, I'll read for another hour. I think you guys kept Bob on for 7 hours last week.
Twice.
You could make me read an entire Shingles book on live stream on the Authors and Dragons YouTube channel. So go to the show notes, click on the link, get ready to watch the YouTube, and get ready to donate a whole bunch of money so that we can make movies of the silliness that we're reading for you.
And I will go ahead and throw in that on Sunday, October the 3rd, time still to be set, although we'll probably have something up by the time this is out. I will be doing the Shingles reading, similar to John, or however Bob has done it. I will figure out the details as we get into that part, but it will also be a pay to keep things going. And yeah, this will be my first live reading in 5 or 6 years. I do not generally do them. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah.
I may show up and heckle.
By all means, I think that will just get more people to stay on and donate and keep things going. And it's all about getting that Shingles movie as awesome as it can be. Because, as Bob put it, at this point, we're definitely going to have something made, and we are pushing to get the best thing, the best product that we can. So, we will talk about all of that more, of course, as time goes on, but that's probably enough plugging for now. Let's get back into why you're here. Incompetence, adventure, dice rolling.
Fire.
When last we left off, y'all had harassed an elderly man by breaking into his home.
I mean,
so yeah.
Well, that's not how I remember it. I mean, it's what happened. It's just not how I remember it.
Well, Brandon Thighmaster,
I did no such thing.
funny that you should bring that up because it is your turn.
Okay, I believe Bjorg is holding this guy upside down by his ankle.
Yes.
He has some sweet knowledge that he does not wish to impart on us. He's kind of making a big deal about it. More pressingly, I'm at 7 hit points, so what I'm going to do is look him squarely in the eye and perform a vigorous body massage. And he can make of that what he wishes.
Unblinking.
So that is 2 times my monk level plus a charisma roll, which is only 6. So 26 hit points back. Plus 7 I had, I'm no longer as near death. Maybe I'll throw an intimidation roll in there as well. Or a performance roll.
Well, I guess we'll see what you roll and which check you ultimately decide upon.
Performance. Oh, 8. This is an angry and not very finessed vigorous body massage.
Help! He's making me watch the off-Broadway slap doodaddle.
Just tell me whatever it is you know. It's been a long day.
I know y'all are intruders.
Well, I do that. Ugh. I'm starting to think that breaking in here wasn't worth the 4 or 5 traps I went face first into.
Well, let's see. It is the it was quippers is what we decided these things were called.
Oh yeah, those
think
things
so,
that are
yeah.
trying to eat Bob.
Oh,
Yes.
I thought they were called kippers.
Yeah, I feel like we had debate about this last time, and I'm not sure that we ever actually settled on an answer. I think it's probably quippers. There is a Q. So let's see what their movement speed is. All right. Can they? Oh, no. They can make it.
Oh shit, I'm not out of the water yet? Oh yeah, I just barely got to the edge.
No, man.
Oh well, that's all part of my plan.
Excellent. I'm very glad to hear that, as you will take 2 swarm attacks.
Part of his plan. Do you have some kind of insurance policy you haven't told us about?
No, that'll only be good for the rest of you.
All right. Does a 15 or a 10 hit?
Oh no, they do not. I've got an 18 armor class.
Excellent. That is probably a good one to not get hit by.
Yeah, I was a little bit worried
wait,
about my plan.
Wait,
oh, shit,
you don't
what?
have all your hit points, do you?
No.
So they have advantage, so they get to roll again.
Oh, nuts.
20 and 11. So only
Oh, wait.
one hits, and we'll go with the lower damage since that one came first.
All right.
All right, so that's going to be 18 damage.
God damn. All right. Well, that's their funeral.
All right, well, it is your turn, Klaus.
All right. Well, I'm getting the fuck out of the water.
All right, well, they're going to take attacks of opportunity.
Awesome.
You know, it's not a full one, so just to be as generous as possible, we won't do advantage. We'll just do a single roll
That's thoughtful.
each. All right, 17 and 11.
No. Woof.
They're biting at you and they're hooking into your armor, but you can successfully get out of the water.
All right. Going down diagonally 1 space. Whew. All right. Am I completely out of the water now?
Yes, you are standing upon dry land. It's a little damp and a little slick because it's right up against the lapping waves, but you are not in water. You are not biteable by these fish creatures unless they can go onto land.
I guess we'll find out. All right. Well, I put this on a Post-it note so I wouldn't forget, so I might as well do it. I would like to fire a returning arrow at one of the, or just into the kipper mass.
Okay, which one would you like to target?
The one nearest me.
All right, so that one, the one to the west. Got it.
All right. My plan is I want to catch some fish. Does a 23 hit?
Yes, a 23 will hit.
Oh, I should roll damage.
Yes, that would be helpful.
9 damage.
You fire into the swarm, and you do see like a few bits of blood go up. But you're a medium-sized creature, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you are not doing as much damage because you're firing into like a swarm. It's sort of like shooting into a swarm of bees.
Right.
These are tiny
Oh.
beasts, apparently. So the medium-sized arrow that you're firing, you are hitting a few enough to do some damage. That's registered. But I think you would be just annihilating them every time you hit.
Are you saying my arrow comes back with no kippers?
I'm saying your arrow comes back with a kipper slurry, kind of dripping off of it.
You know how much Post-it notes cost, Drew?
Look, if they were small, I could see it, but they're tiny. You're annihilating these things when you hit.
Pre-chewed.
It was still satisfying. At least, yeah, I feel like I'm doing something.
You have dealt damage and killed some of those fish.
Now, by the looks of things, I'm at a solid wall, correct?
No, there is a door immediately to your east.
Does opening a door take an action?
Well, I guess you could do it as part of your movement if you wanted to just try and barrel through.
I don't want to barrel through. I kind of just wanted to peek inside.
Okay, that's definitely going to be action.
All right, I'll probably just shoot some more fish.
Then we get to Silas Kane, who leans forward, proudly declaring that he has spotted a trap, yanks on a brick, and you see a old bucket tumble forth, slam down, followed by another brick that actually was a trap, careening down and wedging the bucket firmly in place onto Silas's head, rendering him functionally mute and, just only technically here in the barest of sense. Bendigo!
That's the best you've ever sounded, Silas. Keep that for a while. All right, so there's a door in front of me, and when I cast Shatter, somebody screamed in pain, and it wasn't Silas, right?
Yes. It's been 2 weeks, but yes, I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure Bjork swore at me.
Yeah, okay. I do remember Bjork swear.
Yeah, and as per usual, my magic is the cause. How? Well, obviously there are no more traps because Silas found them with his face. So, is the door locked?
I believe so, yes. Silas was trying to get through with raw strength, and y'all had ended up destroying part of the wall that it was bonded to via the combination of Bjorg's kicks and shatter. But the doors were locked, and I think y'all's was still holding up. It had not been knocked down successfully, but it had been eroded significantly.
Okay. I want to grab Silas and use his head as a battering ram to try and knock the door down.
Gonna need an athletics on that one.
5. I am a musician.
Yeah, you produce a very sonorous note from banging the bucket into the door, and it's almost harmonious in a way, but it's not strong enough to move the door in any real capacity.
Then I'll just yell, "Hey, fuckers, let me in!"
All right. Bjorg, you are assaulting an old man whose home you've broken into.
She's just like, hold on to him. Calm down. We're not here to hurt you.
You're literally holding me by the legs in my own home!
Yes, well, we kind of need answers? This is confusing. Brandon, this is starting to confuse me morally.
He could be holding you by something else. You've got to learn to look on the bright side of these things.
I find that morality confusing.
Well, it's more a perspective. Listen, gnome person. We didn't intend to break into anywhere. This is just how we roll. Sometimes we go places and stuff happens. It's just the universe, man. You say you're having some trouble with your neighbors? Maybe we can help each other out, because I don't want to stumble into somebody else's house and find out that they're as annoying and trap-filled as you are.
Brandon Thighmaster and Bjorg, roll me charisma checks.
Natural 1.
That's a nat 1. Well,
we tried to be reasonable.
Help!
The old man in Bjorg's arms is just gonna break down crying. Oh no, y'all are gonna kill me!
I promise you we have no intention of killing you.
I knew Paunch would find me eventually.
I don't know who Paunch is! Stop suggesting that I have a paunch!
Kill me and ate me. The big one's gonna eat my brain.
I don't eat people! I did headbutt a man to it once, but...
No one's interested in your brain. Sheesh. It's the least interesting part of the body.
The only one's gonna eat my asshole.
Definitely not what I was going to do.
I'm not even hungry.
Wow. Yeah, y'all aren't making any more progress with him this turn. We're going back to Klaus.
I guess the fish didn't crawl up on land.
They did not.
That's good. I don't know where I got this, but my inventory says I have poisoned bread. I think fish like bread. I'm gonna chuck it in the water.
Just gonna
All
fucking
right.
poison them.
It probably wasn't poisoned. You've probably just had it in there since the first episode.
You should rub some of your blood on it. Make it more appealing to the carnivorous fish by, like, rubbing it on your open wounds.
I don't think Roll20 updates these things. Like, I just had bread. And so, well, it's been there for a while. I'd be impressed.
That
if it
would be
does.
an amazing feature.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shit. Get on that, devs.
You chuck the bread into the water.
Do they eat it?
I am looking to see if it says they are omnivorous or carnivorous. It doesn't say, so I will assume that they try and eat some.
Oh, thank you.
Is that all you want to do with your turn?
Well, that was my action, so, yeah.
All right. Silas is in Bucketland. Fandango.
I'm going to try and ram Silas through the door again.
Athletics.
5! Again.
I mean, at this point, it's just like you're playing the door. I don't.
Yeah, look, percussion's a thing.
Bjorg and Brandon, and their hostage. Their weeping, terrified hostage.
Sucking all the energy out of this room. You know what? We came to this island to care for an egg, which I now realize we left on the boat. I don't even know what we're doing in this place. We just, you know what? I don't care either.
We seem to have violated someone's home.
Yeah, not intentionally, but that does appear to be where we're at. Maybe we should go find this Ponch fella. He might be less annoying.
It seems he's made this man's life a misery. Why has he done this? How has he done this? Strange man.
He's made the whole life on the island a misery.
So, who is he?
So far, all we've met is you, and, I can't blame the guy, so...
Jesus.
He's gonna look at you both, and he's gonna really look at you and kind of like examine around your eyes and mouths, which is weird because he's kind of doing a crunch up from his held position, just sort of peering.
It's okay, take all the time you need.
Oh, y'all, you really haven't tasted of it. You don't serve Ponch, do you?
No?
You're not still talking about your asshole, are you?
Yes, nobody's eating ass today.
Well, you don't know what I have planned for this evening, so let's not jump ahead of any.
No, thank you!
From the other side of the door. No judging!
Yeah, he's so terrified at this point. He's just, do you really not work for Ponch?
Really.
Could say I work for the anti-Ponch. It's kind of my reason d'etre.
The Shartian? No, the Shartian's gone.
What's that?
I'm glad it's gone.
Gonna kind of motion to you. Could you maybe set me down and we can talk?
You gonna run away?
At this point, I'm indifferent.
You know what? Fine. Bjorg will put him down.
All right. We will go back to that conversation after we check in with Klaus.
All right. Any of these fish going belly up?
Not as of yet.
Fine. I will open the door.
You will pull on a locked door.
All right, done what I can. Examine.
Swim back
rogue.
out, no other way.
Will you just rogue for once in your life, please?
I'm so tempted to just keep firing returning arrows at the quippers. But alas. I'm giving it my best shot. I will examine the lock. Is it something pickable?
I believe so. traps you can find out with a... Okay, what is the... Okay, well, I guess we'll do sleight of hand.
Okay.
We try to disarm traps so infrequently that you had to look it up.
Yep, I really did. Disarm traps and open locks has barely come up. You do have thieves' tools, right, Klaus?
Shit. Oh, you should ask me that before I rolled.
Oh, you're fucking kidding me.
I must.
You must, surely.
I mean, I've got poison bread.
That just means you can't cook.
I have a gnome bone with rune. I don't see them listed. Yeah, look, it would appear that I do not. That's definitely something for the shopping list.
Yeah, I would absolutely add those, but that doesn't mean you can't try to disarm traps or open locks, only that you don't get your proficiency bonus added to it. So your proficiency bonus is a 4, meaning your roll is a 19 rather than a 23.
Oh, okay.
And a 19 does not succeed.
Alright, well, done what I could.
Bjorg and Brandon, you'd hear coming from the door behind you. And the little crazy guy immediately is like, oh no, Ponch's minions have come after all!
No, that's not Ponch's minion, I don't think.
It might be.
I suppose.
It might be Ponch's really incompetent rogue minions. I mean, it can't be Klaus, right? I mean, Klaus is a rogue. He's bound to have thief tools, and that guy does not sound like he has thief tools. Sounds like he's trying to pick a lock with a magic gnome bone or something ridiculous.
It's got a rune!
Fendingo the Fantastical.
I mean, third verse, same as the first. This time with a 9, I bounce Silas's head off the door.
Wow.
I may not be accomplishing
you
anything.
a louder note.
I may not be accomplishing anything, but I'm having a damn good time. You guys can open the door any day now.
All right, Bjork and Brandon.
Do we hear that, or do we just hear this rhythmic thumping?
You know what? I would say you can definitely hear it if it was just shouted, but because he's making the loud gonging noise, I think you actually need to roll perceptions.
Okay. Perception 22.
And that is a 13.
Brandon, you hear Fandingo yell that. Bjorg, you lose it in the loud gong note of, again, bucket versus door.
That's loud.
Oh, wait, those aren't somebody else's incompetent minions. Those are ours. Could you let them in, please, Mr. Gnome? It'll probably save them setting off your traps, I guess. Those must be a pain to reset, right?
Well, I'm going to have to reset them all now because this place has been compromised, I'm sure, Ponch. If he hasn't already found me, he'll be coming soon. I'm going to have to go out my escaping hole.
It's disconcerting.
Okay.
You know, you all might maybe be able to help me, and I can help you to help you.
Well, we do need help to be us. That's become apparent over the course of our adventures. Okay, why don't you let a friend through here, and we'll see what we can do about your escape hole.
Oh, no. I don't need your help escaping. I need your help getting rid of Ponch.
Who is Ponch again?
Ponch is the one who killed the Shardian and has overtaken the island.
Who is the Shardian?
He was the protector of this land. Beautiful, glorious crystal golem that rose from the depths of the volcano and battled forth all threats.
Volcano. Now I remember. Yeah, something to do with the egg, something to do with the volcano. Okay, we're in.
Apparently we are in.
All right, and he will open the doors by unlocking them, which from the inside is super easy.
Hey, guys.
Oh, yeah.
At last, my friends, not burned alive.
Well, mostly.
Yet.
Here, we can move everybody into the room if y'all would like. And I'll put Bucket Silas in the corner.
Run into some traps, eh?
Silas is having a little nap.
Oh.
I totally did not use his head to try and break down the door at all. Not at all.
Well, luckily he had a bucket on it, so, you know.
I was going to slap some fish with an oar.
Sorry. Klaus, I'll put you back. You can come through when you're ready.
Well, all right. The door opened. The door unlocked.
Yeah, the door unlocked and opened.
All right. That makes me feel better. Yeah, I'd like to slap some fish with an oar if they're still nibbling on the bread.
They have kind of dissipated slowly at this point.
Oh, fine. I'll go in the
There's
room.
a few lingering around, but there's not fresh blood to keep them enticed.
I've got blood flowing out.
Not even fresh bread.
Yeah, I should. John was right. I should have rubbed it on the bread. Oh well. All right. I'll go see the. I'll go in the room.
All right. Y'all have gathered in Russ's chambers.
So, who's the little guy?
His name's Russ.
This is an annoying gnome. He has a friend called Paunch who has overtaken the island. There's some kind of crystal golem lying around somewhere. And there's a volcano for hatching our brand egg, I assume.
Oh,
Yeah.
you gotta be careful, though. It's not just any volcano.
I mean, it's the only one you've got, so isn't it any volcano?
Oh, no. What flows in there is not mere lava or melted earth. No, it's a magical elixir. Incredibly powerful, deeply addictive.
Bruh, more powerful than melted earth? Because that's... Have you seen that shit?
Oh, I have a single drop of this upon your tongue. Yeah, you can punch the very dragons from the sky, or at least you feel that way for a little bit.
I kind of already feel like that.
Sounds like something our buddy of ours named Gunther would approve of. Which means I'm down. Where do we get some of this shit?
Mount PCP.
It used to flow freely through the island, available to all of the residents. But that was when the Shardian was here. Once Paunch took over, he sealed up all of the ways into the chamber where the innermost juices are kept.
So, Paunch has cut off the flow of drugs to the island? This is a fucking abomination and must not stand.
I am strangely uncomfortable with the phrase innermost juices.
Yeah, that's fair. In order to reach Paunch, you'd have to be able to break through the island's barriers, and in order to do that, you would need the Shardian.
And the Shardian is where again?
Broken into pieces by Paunch as part of his horrible takeover. He drank from the purest part of the elixir, gained tremendous power, enough to shatter the Shardy.
You're really broken up over this.
He's ugly crying. It's bad.
Shattered into valuable pieces, you say?
My innermost juices are flowing out. Can someone heal me?
I will heal you as long as you promise to never, ever use that language again.
No, my other juices are not flowing right now.
Not better.
Don't trust you. But I will cast Cure Wounds on Klaus, and I'll go ahead and cast it at level 4. So that'll give you 23 hit points back.
Oh, that's something.
Are you still all jacked up, or are you okay?
I'm pretty jacked up. That puts me at 29 of 61.
Okay, I can do it again.
That'd be great.
And another 17. You're back over half.
Puts me at 46. Yeah.
I mean, and you're kind of a chicken shit, so it's not like you're likely to get in a fist fight.
No, not if I can help it.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, I lost a fight with fish.
A fish fight.
Dude, I'm a bard and I can kick a fish's ass.
You're welcome to try. Right through that door.
No, I'm good.
Okay, then. I've been calling you Annoying Gnome all this time. Do you actually have a name?
I told you my name is Russ.
Just stuck with Annoying Gnome.
Okay, Annoying Russ. So we need to gather the pieces of the Shart, whatever, to put them back together.
I don't think you can gather the pieces of a shirt. I don't think any of us want to.
Klaus, maybe. All right, so we need to gather all the pieces of the Shardian so that we can penetrate the island's deepest inner juices and work off a punch?
This is just getting worse and worse.
If you all can reach and defeat Paunch, you'd have access to all of the chambers of the elixir within the volcano. You could get any sort you want. If you had you said you had an egg to hatch. If you're looking for some sort of energy boost, well, it's nothing better.
There you go. Step 1, this conversation. Step X, hatch brand egg. I assume there's some stuff in between. Let's do it.
So where do we find the crystals?
Yeah, Paunch scattered them across the island to try and make sure no one reunited the Shardian, but I do know one of them, one location. It's all I've been able to find.
What is it?
Oh, man.
You want to share that with the rest of the class? Or you're just going to sit here?
Well, it's in a bit of a difficult place to reach. You see, it's my escaping hole over there. It goes in two directions. One is a narrow little aqueduct tunnel that I can scamper through to a different hidey space, but the other, well, it drops you into a sort of a flow chamber for bringing water up that goes into a purification system for filtering over the extra heated elixir. It's a complicated process that really I barely understand, but
We need to go in your fucking swim hole and take a left? Is that what I'm hearing?
Sure. Imagine a slide, but in reverse.
I'm imagining that. It's quite humorous. I'm imagining a slide whistle effect. Is anyone else imagining that?
I am now.
Ride it all the way up, you'll find a small antechamber on one edge, and word is that's where a first piece of the Shardian is stashed away.
Okay, I think we're overthinking this. You said there are one or two directions. I think that means we've got like a solid chance of picking the right direction.
Especially considering none of y'all can fit in the little hole.
Oh man, that makes it even easier.
Yeah, I was just going to send Bjork first, and whichever direction he can go, we'll go. Also, that means Bjork's in front, and I don't get hit in the face as much.
I'm not entirely certain of this party's abilities. We have confounded ourselves in surprising ways, but I think that we can pick from one available direction. I believe in us.
Is there swimming involved in this?
Oh yes, and there's definitely quite a bit of water rushing, though. It might be moving too fast for much laps.
We're all going to die.
Something.
All right, I jump in the hole.
Oh, damn it.
Fandango jumps in the hole.
Bjorg will jump. Bjorg will jump in the hole.
Bjorg in the hole.
Everyone in the hole.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna follow the healer.
Brandon in the hole.
I guess we'd shove Silas down the hole.
Silas tumbles his own way into the hole.
Oh, good.
Okay. Give me just one moment to Fandango and Bjorg. You guys roll me initiatives, and then everyone else also roll me initiatives.
Fandango rolls a 16.
Klaus rolls a 21.
Brandon rolls a 17.
Bjorg gets a 14.
You know, there are times you can ask the little old gnome guy everything about the island, and there's times you have to just Leroy Jenkins the shit out of it.
Yeah, Drew.
Yeah, that guy was talking a lot.
I only understood about 1 out of every 3 words he was saying, so I figured you guys didn't want me to throw fireballs, so I'll just go swimming.
1 out of 3 ain't bad.
All right, so the order will be Fandango, then Bjorg, since they jumped in first, and then Klaus and Brandon, with Silas appropriately taking up the rear as we transition over to. And if any of you have light vision and can't see, then please let me know, because some of the token stuff has not transferred over.
Has light vision?
I can't see. I've still got my dick light going.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your Dick Light's range, sir?
I think it was 60.
Okie dokie. Fandango, what was yours?
I just have dark vision.
Dark vision.
60 feet.
And you can all probably see pretty well now thanks to Brandon's Dick Light anyway. So, as you can all see, you have all landed in what was well described as an sort of an upward slide. There's water flowing from somewhere off on the island, and it is being run inward at an upward angle. Made it look like there's sort of stones on the side, but that's actually just a real like steep sloped rock that runs right into the crashing, smashing kind of waves pummeling beneath. And yeah, y'all are moving forward. And you know what? I even made a handout for this one.
Ooh.
All right, slide ride. Time to go on the slide ride. Hang on tight because the current is pushing and there is no cushion. There are, however, lots of traps. Movement in this environment follows special rules. Water is rushing you forward, pushing you upward. The current will push you forward at a rate of 10 feet per turn if you attempt to dig in your feet and exert control, or 20 feet per turn if you go where the current takes you. Attempting to direct your movement requires an athletics check. A DC 12 will let you begin drifting in a direction. A DC 17 will allow you to swim forward or sideways to a horizontal square within your 10 feet. A DC 22 allows a player to swim 5 feet backward. Certain obstacles can impart disadvantage on subsequent athletics checks, so be careful on the slide.
Oh, this is finally gonna drown us all, Drew. Can't say I didn't see it coming.
Drown is actually the least of your concerns on this one.
Yeah, we might get exploded by water.
No, I'm pretty sure Silas is the least of our concerns. But
That's true. So has anyone not found the handout in their journal so that they can check the rules as needed?
I see it.
Yep, I see it.
In that case, Fendingo, it is your turn to start us off on the slide ride.
okay, so I'm going to need an athletics check to direct myself to move diagonally forward, right?
Yes, if you are going to try and avoid the big old wooden thing in front of you, then you will need to roll an athletics check.
Am I going to need one or two? Because ideally what I want to do is bounce off the wall and go back diagonally the other direction.
You will only get one. So basically, you can either move 20 feet per turn or 10 feet per turn, depending on your athletics check.
Okay. Well, since I nat 1 to my athletics check, I'm going wherever the hell the water wants me to go.
And that is going to be straight into the barricade. But good news, running into it does shatter it.
I disarmed a trap, guys.
And you take 17 piercing damage
Oh, Jesus.
as it shatters on your body.
I disarmed it with my face.
Man, that looked really painful. I'm glad you're in front of me.
If I survive this, I will award you a purple belt.
All right, and Bjork, it is your turn.
All right.
So am I 10 feet further? I'm 10 feet.
You're actually 20 feet because you failed your athletics check, so you had no control. Well, the question is, are you going to go with the flow or try and steer yourself?
Am I going to hit the barricade if I go with the flow?
Yes. Yes, you are.
Okay, then I'm going to attempt to steer myself.
All right, that is going to be a DC...
That's a 25.
All right. With a DC 25, you can go... you can either try to steer yourself, or you can just use your 10 feet and go straight over to here, so where you're not in any danger of hitting the next barricade.
I'll do that.
Okay, and you have done your move. Actually, we'll say you have to move slightly forward since there is a current moving, but yeah.
This is fun!
Fuck you!
Hey, look, no barricade!
You're welcome.
Speaking of barricades, Klaus.
All right. I don't look like I'm in any danger, even if nothing happens. But I would like to attempt to steer myself to the left a bit. So, athletics check.
Yes.
Klaus rolls a 2.
All right, you uncontrolled shoot forward by 20 feet. So yeah, you're gonna need to make a pretty good athletics check on the next one to not smash that barricade.
Yep. I'm hoping someone else will smash it before me.
Well,
You were like 6 inches away from that barricade. I'll see what I can do, buddy. I'm pretty safe, but I would like to reach out and grab hold of Silas if I can. So athletics with a 10, probably not.
I mean, you can just kind of grab hold of him if you're just trying to, I guess, rush forward.
Yeah.
Your athletics is 10, so you're going careening forward regardless.
That's fine. If I can grab Silas. Also, if I can sort of put Silas in front of me. Maybe, sort of use him as a boogie board.
We will say you yank Silas as you are torn forward. Bjorg, roll me I think dexterity.
Okay.
This is just a straight dexterity save.
And that is a 20.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
You hear the loud gurgling of Brandon Thighmaster rushing toward you, and you manage to leap through the air like a majestic barbarian, killer whale as he goes shooting beneath you, and does not smash your legs out and give you a disadvantage on your next round.
Wow!
Going through. Cowabunga, etc.
And because Silas isn't here, we will give him the advantage of saying that Silas's pull, or Brandon's pull, began him drifting in the correct direction towards safety.
There you go, I've done my part.
There we go. All right, Fandingo.
I want to go diagonal, so I will get all athletical up in here. Or an 11. Or I won't.
Okay, so that will move you forward by 20 feet, which will hit you into the column.
Yep.
So, going into the column does not destroy it. It
You
does
think.
deal 2d8 bludgeoning damage, and it does, so you flow forward, you hit the column, and the column knocks you over to here. It acts like a bumper.
Wump.
Yeah. Is drinking a potion a bonus action?
No, it is an action.
Well, balls.
But you can
Oh.
do it in lieu of making your athletics check. If you're just like, fuck whatever the current does, it does. I'm pounding this potion. Then you can use your action that way.
But mass healing word is a bonus action.
Mass healing word is.
So
What's the components on mass healing word?
verbal.
Okay, as long as there's not like gestures involved, then I think that's fair.
Yeah, it's purely verbal. So I'm gonna cast mass healing word, and I'll just target all of us because it's 60-foot range, and I get 6 creatures of my choice.
Oh yeah, then you're good.
Nice.
So that'll be a D4 plus my charisma, so that everyone gets back 8 hit points.
I'll take it.
All right, now somebody else take the fucking lead.
That's sort of up to the current, really.
I am the one who dove in the hole.
Until you can slow yourself down, they physically can't. Boy, this would be a great time for someone to have a swim speed.
Oopsie.
All right, Bjorg, it is your turn.
Alright, I would like to go a little faster, but still control my pace and try to go diagonally here as well.
There's not really an up option. It's either you go 10 feet controlled or 20 barreling forward.
Alright, 20 barreling forward.
All right. Brandon, roll me a dexterity save.
20.
My-
Unnatural.
In a perfect duplication of Bjorg's move from before, you leap out of the air as he comes thundering past. Silas is knocked swirling under the water, but honestly, with the bucket on his head, I'm not sure it makes a difference.
Oh, that's fine. As long as he can't see that he's drowning, it's fine.
All right. Klaus, in theory, with a high enough athletics check, it is possible for you to go directly over or even backwards. So you can avoid crashing into this barrier.
Alright, I want to JFK this shit. I want to go back and to the left.
Nice.
Thank you. Natural 20.
All right.
Dope.
All right. You can successfully... You know what? We'll say you even can just get behind Silas. You don't even have anybody behind you to knock you down.
Alright.
You're like, fuck. You basically run on the water like you've seen Brandon do, except it's just pure panic. Speaking of, Brandon Thighmaster.
I should really just sort of use my monk abilities here, but this feels like a bonus level, and I don't want to mess with the bonus level rules, so let's just keep on going. This is fun. Athletics. 22.
All right, you have full control. You can go 10 feet in any direction you would like.
Well, I'd like to just go with the current, but make sure I arc gracefully between these two obstacles, if that's okay. So I can
So you would basically want to go boom, boom?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that you can do it. You can thread that needle with ease.
I assume that Klaus is looking after Silas now. I assume that's why he came back.
Sure, yeah.
You're one of the good ones, Klaus. Bye.
We have a great history.
Yeah. Well, I guess fortunately enough, Silas is about to get just swept forward at 20 feet because he has a bucket on his head and disadvantage because also I'm gonna need a dexterity save from Bjorg.
All right, let's nat one.
All right. So after several incredibly acrobatic leaps, you are not paying as much attention because Brandon has just artfully stepped up beside you, and you're like, all right, no, it's going to be a competition thing. And right as you're getting psyched, Silas's body just plows through the back of your knees, sending you like twisting back and tumbling through. You're going to have a disadvantage on your next athletics check.
All right.
And you know what? Before we go too far down this without Rick able to roll his own saves, I think this is probably a good part to pause the game for this week. We will, of course, pick the slide ride up next week on Authors and Dragons, but we are not done. We have been doing the game blog on our Facebook, the live blog for the game on our Facebook. I really butchered that one the first time around. And we've been taking your questions. And we have also been taking your questions on the Discord associated with our Patreon, which is patreon.com/authorsanddragons. So, John, take us away to that Patreon Discord, and let's see what folks are wondering.
All right. Our friend Dragon has a great question, given the fact that the Indiegogo for the Shingles movie is still active, and you can click on the link in the show notes to donate to that. Dragon wants to know if you could pick one actor to play one of your characters, which actor and which character?
Ooh.
And I think we ought to limit this, except for Joe, I think we ought to limit this to one actor to play one of your characters in the Shingles movie.
That's a tough one.
Oh man, of the Shingles movie. I had one for Stan Dandyliver. That's going to get... What's his name? The guy who plays Wesley in The Princess Bride. Bring him back. Perfect.
He's the right age too.
But for the Shingles movie, you know what? I was watching a load of problematic Brendan Rodgers YouTube videos today. I'd get him to be the voice of Sloppy. He could really pull it off.
Oh God.
And he's already kind of like existing in a very problematic sphere of entertainment. So
Yeah, my non-Shingles answer was going to be, I think, Lee Pace as Fred. Because I think he'd be a very good one on that based on his awesomeness at pushing daisies. For the Shingles one, assuming we got to do Slaughter on Giggle Time Mountain, I would probably, for fantasy casting, take the opportunity to get to interact with one of the awesome wrestlers I grew up loving. So, Mark Calloway or The Big Show or just, some great wrestler in the bunny mask, I think would be an awesome, fun reveal at the end.
yeah.
Yeah.
My Shingles contribution involves a garden gnome, which, I don't give a shit who plays that because, it's visually going to be a garden gnome. I don't think the script allows for the kid's father, but if it did, and if, then that's what I'm going to go with. Someone that's not even in the script. Just, and this goes for any Shingles book. I think all the kids' fathers should be played by Billy Bob Thornton.
That would be hilarious.
He'd also do a pretty good job doing the gnome voice.
Yeah, that could be true. Oh, God, yeah. All right, that too.
Not
My
Matthew
pick.
McConaughey.
I'm going to need a time machine because I want Gary Coleman, young Gary Coleman, to play Tariq in Zombies Ate My Homework. because the idea of Gary Coleman using a thong as a sling and throwing Benoit balls at zombies, I mean, that's Academy Award material right there.
I mean, if I was gonna get an animated, I can't do Shingles, but if I was gonna get an animated Drifting Lands show, which is always been my dream, I'd have Josh Keaton voice Elias. There you go.
All right. Zach of all trades asks, have any of you ever had a situation like Klaus's Ring of Invisibility or Bjorg's Boots of Water Walking? Where a character in your book has a super useful item, but you just forgot about it until after you wrote the scene. Bjorg, you have Boots of Water Walking?
Yeah, I do. The fans remind me of it basically every other week. Every time we encounter water and Bjorg falls in the water, they're like, Bjorg has
But I
boots
also
of water.
think something happened to them. It's
It
the
might.
same as Klaus's crossbow that got destroyed, and then he commissioned a new one, and you haven't actually gone back to get the grappling crossbow.
I think he lost the Boots of Water Walking in the dimensional transgression to 5e.
Yeah, I think honestly we're going to have a side quest coming up, which is just going to be us going through all of your inventories, talking about is there anything we think has been left off. We might ask for fan input. We might go back and double check, and then it's going to be done. That will be the new set canon for items moving forward, and we can just point people to that side quest.
I'm sure before 5e I had thieves' tools.
If it's anything before the dimensional reset, go fuck yourself. It just got lost in the dimensional confusion.
Yeah, also, I don't think thieves' tools were a thing in Pathfinder, Bob.
Yeah. I can't believe you don't have thieves' tools.
Oh, yeah, you can. But, back to the question. Where a character in your book has had a super useful item or ability and you just kind of forgot about it.
Almost certainly.
I regularly forget that the Axiom Diamond exists. Book one was built around it. I have managed to remember it every book. So it has not like I have not completely dropped the ball on it, but I'm constantly forgetting that it exists.
I really hope not, because I think setup and payoff is like one of the most important basics of a story. So if I've got like a Chekhov's magical item that doesn't get used for any reason, then I'd like that to at least be for a humorous reason. I've had like conspicuous magical helpful items that get used in the wrong way. If I set something up, I'm going to use it. I am a thrifty man when it comes to ideas.
I'm not quite on that one. I like the idea of a few false starts, like a few red herrings of, is this going to be something that leads to, that? Because then it's not... I like the inability to always know where things are going, but I don't think I've dropped anything. Hopefully not. I'm with you, Steve. Not intentionally. There's a few things that like I'm laying and going to, pick up later, but that's obviously a very different game than forgetting.
I always think like, when you get a James Bond movie, Q will throw out a couple of things that are just, well, that's just to make us laugh. There's always one thing like in Casino Royale, it's like, well, your car is kitted out with an anti-venom kit. It's like, oh, well, that's really specific, isn't it? Oh, surprise, surprise, he gets poisoned later and has to use the kit. But I always thought it'd just be cool if a James Bond movie, it's like, yeah, your car is equipped with this really cool thing. Then he just doesn't use it. Like later on, it's like, oh, did he use the laser watch I gave you? Like, no. Why the fuck would I need a laser watch? Q, you are overpaid.
I didn't get this job on the assumption that I would have a laser watch.
Did you use the feature that just punches the passenger in the face? That's called a shitty airbag.
Oh, the shit bag. Yes, you've seen my other invention.
I think it's a hard thing to do as a writer to, especially if you're planning ahead, if you're a plotter, to introduce items that are going to be used later effectively. Like you were saying with Q in the James Bond movies, like, all right, well, yeah, here I equipped your car with this thing that maybe you'll need, and according to the plot, you will absolutely need. And it's like with the Harry Potter books, where here I'm going to teach you this very specific lesson about how to defeat a monster or whatever, and then Oh, well, that comes into play very conveniently later. On the other
Yeah.
hand, it's, I mean, you got to plant these things. You just try to do it with some subtlety. And that's not my gift. I kind of just, you know, give characters shit at random and I hope they need them later. Or I hope I remember them later.
Yeah, but the beauty is that your literary world is based on a gaming world, so it's entirely credible. You know, if people ever say, "Hey, you gave those characters an item and it never got used," you just feel like, "Well, welcome to my actual reality, motherfucker." That's how it works.
Also, my characters are all a bunch of dipshits. So, this is my genius.
Well, my genius was forgetting that Bubba had a magic sword for a year and a half. So, yeah, I've done it.
Now, if Bubba can feasibly forget that he has a magic sword, then you're safe. It's fine.
Yeah. Bubba drinks a lot. So, yeah, he can forget anything.
There you go.
All right, let's see here. This is a good one. First to start off, our friend Stephanie asks, "What are you reading right now?"
Oh man, you know what? I've fallen down a Robin Hobb rabbit hole to the
There
point
are
where
lots
it's
of
like
rabbit holes.
I've got to stop. I only have so much free time, and I cannot just be reading fucking Robin Hobb books. I think a series is about a dozen books long, and they're just page turners. I love the characters. I love her writing style. It's heroic fantasy, but not very generic, and it's a lot more about kind of emotional connections and sort of melodramatic misunderstandings than it is about magic and hitting stuff with swords, although that is in it. And it's just addictively page turning, and I may have a problem.
She's really nice too.
Yeah, she is, but she's fantastic. I mean,
That's good to know.
you could definitely do worse as far as people to read.
I just finished a book, and I just thought, well, here's the next 4 Robin Hobb books. And I just bought them all, and I thought, well, hey, this is not good time management. I mean, it is from a perspective that I like lying around doing nothing but reading Robin Hobb books, but from a productivity point of view, that was a bad move.
I've just started Cruelly Yours, the Elvira biography.
Oh, nice.
Oh, neat.
Oh, nice. You know, I think Elvira pinball machine in the 80s was the first time I remember looking at something and thinking, oh, I like women. So there you go.
That's understandable.
So this is a very kind of important milestone in my life. I should probably read that biography.
I imagine that was an awakening for a lot of people within that generation.
I am reading How to Be an Anti-Racist by Ibram Kendi, and I'm also reading, I'm working my way slowly through The Starless Sea by Aaron Morgenstern, and it's fucking fantastic. I love that book.
I'm already not a racist. I'm not reading anything right now.
I just started reading The Left-Handed Booksellers of London by Garth Nix. And I'm also reading No Good Indians by Stephen Graham Jones.
Sounds like you need to be reading
lots of
Joe's book,
racist.
John.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm ahead of the curve.
it's a disturbing fucking book, but I mean, horror novels are supposed to be disturbing.
I've heard of that one. Yeah.
Yeah, it was nominated for a Stoker. I don't remember if it won or not, but it's been nominated for several big horror awards.
I'll have to check out if I ever get out of this Robin Hobb hole.
That's going to take a while, man. She's prolific.
Mm.
Yeah, there's a lot of material.
And it's all good.
I guess that's me for a while then.
Yeah.
Let's see here. First one is our friend Nelson says, "What's the weird, cult, obscure piece of media you love that no one else knows is great?"
Oh, that's a good one.
I feel like At the Movies is us subjecting people to specifically that half the
Yeah.
time.
As is yeast infection.
Yeah.
I was reading I keep on reading these smug posts on Facebook going, oh, did you remember this movie from blah, blah, blah? No, you probably don't because nobody saw this, even though it was really good. I think it was doing it for Idle Hands. It's like, bitch, I've seen Idle Hands.
Yeah. It's like I've made bad movie commentary tracks about more movies.
Yeah.
You've
Just
seen.
because you're some Gen Z stumbling into an internet hole, don't act like you're Indiana Jones.
I'm gonna yell at you about Miami Connection for half an hour
Yeah.
now.
You think you know confusion? Sit in that chair. I'm gonna yell at you.
You're gonna love Dragon Sound by the end of this fucking day.
I don't know that I have a good answer to this. I mean, I like lots of weird stuff, but I think there's a songwriter that I'm a big fan of. His name's David Childers, and outside of around here, nobody's ever heard of him, but he's a fantastic poet and songwriter. So that's, I guess, mine.
I keep on stumbling on stuff at YouTube and thinking I'm really hip. Like I was talking about Brandon Rogers earlier. I was like, these guys are going to be impressed with how hip I am. But I stumbled onto that and it's like, this is great. I wonder why nobody's talking about this. So, he's got 6 million subscribers. I'm just out of the fucking loop.
Yeah, they're just not talking to you, pal.
Yeah. Well, that's the side effect of a lonely existence, John. But maybe if I stopped screaming at people about Miami Connection, then I'd have more friends. I don't know.
I'm going to do what I always do when this comes up and mention the Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Ryan Johnson movie Brick, which is just fucking awesome. I know surprisingly few people who've seen it.
Again, maybe you're just hanging out with the wrong internet people.
Yeah,
Brick's something
Is it
you can scream about. You'll see an obscure Facebook post soon show. It's like, nobody's talking about this wacky movie from the 90s.
Yeah.
You'll just get unreasonably angry about it, and then you can join our screaming at people club.
Our last one, I think this is a good one to close on, is which of your characters has the most annoying habit, and what is the habit? This is our friend Nicole.
Shitting all over the place.
Nicole, have you been listening to the podcast? This podcast is about our characters and their annoying habits.
I
was talking about a character from my book. Then in Klaus's case, it'd be pissing all over the place.
Not jerking off on things.
Well, I mean, it all comes out of the wiener.
Wiener excretions.
I mean, I guess you could argue that there's more warning about the jerking off. Like, he could spring a piss on you pretty quick, but based on the rolls we've seen, there's usually enough time to get clear.
Yeah.
That's what I like
jerking
about the
off.
game, is sometimes it does reflect real life.
You know, that's on you, Drew. I mean, you know, when I'm doing it
I
for
can't
real,
control your
I'm not making rolls. You know, it comes out every time.
Wow.
Yeah, eventually. You're trying to do this in like 18 seconds.
Yeah, all right. I have internet as well. That's true. You're fair.
Yeah.
Oh, Christ. I mean, other than setting party members on fire, I don't think Fendingo has any annoying habits at all. Ever.
I don't mention it enough. I do mention it now and then, but Brandon just tends to, when he's idle, if everybody else is talking and you're imagining the scene in your head, then Brandon is doing some kind of exercise. And I can imagine that'd be really fucking annoying. That would annoy me in real life.
He just has an idle animation.
Yeah. Everybody's having a conversation and he's doing fucking jumping jacks. That would piss me off in real life.
I imagine Bjorg, so in like one of the things I wrote about him is walking through the woods and just smashing his way through trees and just eating a bird's nest. And I imagine that Bjorg, like, he's kind of childlike. So I imagine Bjorg just does things, and there's not a lot of warning that he's going to do those things, and those things being from, outside whatever culture he's in, those things tend to have very little regard for the local social niceties.
And he's huge.
And he's huge. I
So-
imagine he bumps into things a lot.
Or birds.
Gunther definitely brings edibles to family parties and does not tell people.
Yeah, man, try the peanut brittle.
But in fairness, y'all have met Gunther's family, so
Right. Yeah, they could all use a gummy.
think it was the only episode y'all liked Bunther was where Bunther was fucked up.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. It tracks. All right, y'all. Well, I think that's going to do it for this week on Authors and Dragons. We will be back next week with a side quest. We will be around this coming weekend for you, October the 2nd for John Hartness's Shingles reading, and October the 3rd for mine. Hopefully you can come join us on the Authors and Dragons YouTube channel. Please check out the Shingles Indiegogo, and yeah, we will see you soon. Until then, bye.
Bye.
Goodbye, friends.
Authors and Dragons is brought to you under a Creative Commons license, meaning you are free to share this material so long as credit is given to those who created it, which is us, the people you just heard play the game. Opening and closing themes performed by the Gore Core 4.
Authors and Dragons! Authors and Dragons!
You know how much Post-it notes cost, Drew?